and the video is basically based on the memory based question which is collected from different students. So all the question is given in KBS PGT Math 2023. Now we can start. I've already posted or published 2 videos. This is the third video. The question number question 1. Here the question is basically let x plus y equals to 6. Then the minimum value of 1 by x plus 1 by y is, I just recall all the options. Maybe there may be some options that is not exactly matched with KBS question paper, but this the question is like exactly same as given in KBS paper. So the first option is 4, second option is 2, third option is 2 by 3, and option D is 1/3. Actually, for solving the question, we can use the mth power theorem. So just we are trying to recall first what is exactly mth power theorem in inequality. Mth power theorem. So mth power theorem states that if a1, a2, if a1, a2 dot n be n positive real number, not all equal, and m be rational number, m belongs to Q, then a1 to the power m plus a2 to the power m plus dot an to the power m by n, this value greater than or less than a1 plus a2 plus dot n by n whole to the power n. According as m does not lies between 0 and 1. So that means if you think about the real line, so 0 or 1, if that rational number belongs to m belongs to 0, 1, then the less than sign will be there. If it does not belongs to 0 and 1, that means either less than 0, m is here, or m is here. Then on that case, we use the greater than sign. So now we'll apply the mth power theorem for two numbers x and y, where m is basically minus 1. So obviously, if we apply this, then according to the mth power theorem for m equals to minus 1, and if we take two numbers x and y, so x to the power minus 1 plus y to the power minus 1 by 2, this value will be greater than x plus y by 2 whole to the minus 1. Okay, so here you see the m equals to minus 1, that is basically outside of 0 and 1. So obviously it will be greater than symbol. So now it is given x plus y equals to 6. So that means x to the power minus 1 plus y to the power minus 1 by 2, that will be greater than 6 by 2 whole to the power minus 1. So that means 1 plus x by 1 by x plus 1 by y, this will be 2 by 3. So this is the minimum value because all value greater than 2 by 3. So here option C is correct. All other options are false. Now we will move to another question that has been given in KBS PGT examination. Let Sn be the sum of the first nth term of an AP, arithmetic progression. if s of 2n to Sn, that is basically 3 to 1, then what should be the ratio is 3n to Sn? The ratio is option A 4 is to 1, option B 6 is to 1, option C 1 is to 6, and option D 8 is to 1. It is like that. So obviously here we take the sum of first nth term. So what should be the n? If n is the Sn is the first of sum of first n terms, so this sum will be n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. What is a? Is basically the first term of the AP. Similarly, S2n, that will be 2n by 2, 2a plus 2n minus 1 into d. D is basically the common difference. And S3n, that will be 3n by 2, 2a plus 3n minus 1 into d. Now it is given S2n Sn, that is basically 3 is to 1. So we can write it as 2n by Sn, 3 by 1. So that means n by 2, 2n by 2, 2a plus 2n minus 1 into d by n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is equals to 3 by 1. Just you calculate it, and after simplification, you will see the value of 2a equals to d into n plus 1. Now we have to calculate the ratio is 3n by Sn. So that means 3n by 2 into 2a plus 3n minus 1 into d by n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We just replace 2a by d into n plus 1. So it will be 12 by 2. So that means 6 by 1. So 6 is to 1. So this will be the correct option. All other options are false. Now we will move to the next question, which is given in KVS PGT, the question number 3. For which values of theta, the expression 3 plus I sin theta iota 1 minus iota sin theta, that is purely real. Option A, theta equals to n pi. Option B, theta equals to n pi by 2. Option C, theta equals to 3n pi by 2. And option D, theta equals to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2. So these are the options. So I said it is memory based. Maybe some option may not coincide with the question paper, original question paper. But here one option is there. This is exactly the right option. So it is given 3 plus iota sin theta by 1 minus iota sin theta, that is purely real. So now the recall, when a complex number z equals to a plus ib is purely real. When this complex number is purely real, so that means if imaginary part of z, this is equals to 0. So that is if b equals to 0. So if b equals to 0, then z equals to a plus ib will be purely real. So we need to calculate 3 plus iota sin theta by 1 minus iota sin theta. We can express it at a plus ib form. So 3 plus iota sin theta by 1 minus iota sin theta. So this will be 3 plus I sin theta multiple 1 plus I sin theta iota by 1 minus iota sin theta multiple 1 plus iota sin theta. So this will be 3 minus sin square theta by 1 plus sin square theta plus I 4 sin theta by 1 plus sin square theta. Now this complex number 3 plus this expression 3 plus iota sine theta 1 minus I sine theta. This is purely real. So this belongs to R. That implies the imaginary component, this is basically 0. So that means 4 sine theta by 1 plus sine square theta equals to 0. That means sine theta equals to 0. That means theta equals to n pi, and n belongs to integer. So this is the correct option, and all other options are false. Now there is another question paper, question number 4. Which of the following equation has no real root? No real root. So that is option. In option B it is given. Option B it is given there is a equation x square minus x plus 5, and there is one option. Option C it is given another quadratic equation or polynomial. Option D also given. That option it is given another quadratic polynomial. So if we see the option B, x square minus x plus 5, just you compare it ax square plus bx plus c. So here a will be 1, b equals to minus 1, and c equals to 5. Now you calculate discriminant, b equals to b square minus 4ac. So that means minus 1 whole square, 4 into 1 into 5. So that means this value will be minus 19. This is less than 0. So that means this equation has no real root. If discriminant less than 0, so the equation x square minus x square minus x plus 5 equals to 0 has no real root. So option B is correct, and all other option which is given in KBS PGT, that is completely wrong. Next, the question paper, the rank of a matrix. Question, it is given like that: rank of a matrix A minus I, not the matrix A minus I, where A equals to 2 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 2 0 and 0 0 0 2. It is exactly like that. Is option A1, option B2, option C3, and option D4. So just to think about A minus I, so it will be 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 0 1. Here we see the number of non-zero rows equals to 3. So obviously rank of A minus I, this will be 3. In the question paper the matrix is like that, but it may not be same. There may be some number which is not exactly matched, but when you will solve the problem, this kind of problem, you just think in the similar way and you will calculate the rank. So here according to our question paper, the rank is basically here 3 and all other options are false. There is also a function, and you need to calculate the domain of a function. Fx equals to, I don't recall the numerator portion, so it is just a quadratic polynomial, whatever I remember. Say 5x is quadratic polynomial. So like here we just consider x square plus x plus 2 by the denominator portion is x square minus x minus. So domain of the function is option A is R, option B is R minus 2 3, option C is R minus 2, and option D is R minus 3. So just to think, when we are trying to define the domain of that kind of function, this is basically one kind of rational function where it is a ratio of two polynomial. So on that case, you just think about the denominator and you just make the denominator equals to 0, and that value is x plus 2 into x minus 3 equals to 0. So x equals to 2 minus 2 and 3. So this will be minus 2, minus 2, minus 2 and 3. So what should be the domain? Domain equals to domain. That will be R minus minus 2 3. So this is the correct option. All other options are false. There is another question. The question is basically like this. So question number 4. This will be question number 5. Question number 6. Next is question number 7. Let A be a set containing 5 elements and B be another set containing 3 elements. Containing 4 elements. Then the number of 1 to 1, that means injective and 1 to function from A to B is option A 120, option B 60, option C 24, and option D 0. So this will be the correct option. Because here you just see 1 to 1 and 1 to. That means if a function 1 to 1, 1 to 1 and 1 to, that means the function is bijective. So that means they are saying about from the set A to B, A contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B contains 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So number of bijective functions. So you know, if we think about the number of bijective function for a finite set, from a finite set to another finite set, so the cardinality must be same. Here the cardinal number is 5 and cardinal number of B is 4. This is not exactly matched. So we can't find out any kind of bijective function, that means 1, 1 function and 1, 2 function. So that means the option will be 0 and it will be the right option. There is another question from matrix theory, question number 8. Let A equals to alpha, beta, gamma minus alpha and A square equals to I. So that means it is basically involutory matrix. Then which of the following is true? Option A 1 plus alpha square plus beta gamma equals to 0. Option B 1 minus alpha square minus beta gamma equals to 0. Option C 1 plus alpha square minus beta gamma equals to 0. And option D 1 minus alpha square plus beta gamma equals to 0. This question is so simple. Here A square equals to I. You just alpha beta gamma minus alpha, alpha beta gamma minus alpha. This will be 1 0 0 1. You just calculate, this will be alpha square plus beta gamma 0. Here it will be 0, the product of two matrices, and this will be beta gamma plus alpha square. That will be 1 0 0 1. You just take the equality of these two matrices. So alpha square plus beta gamma equals to 1. That means 1 minus alpha square minus beta gamma, that value will be 0. So one option B is correct, 1 minus alpha square minus beta gamma, and all other options are false. Next, that is another question from infinite series. Question number 9. Let the sum of an infinite series is 8 and the second term is 2. It is given second term is 2. Then the value of the first term is option A 2, option B 4, option C 6, and option D 8. Now you see, if we think about a infinite series, so a r square plus dot 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 like that up to infinity. So this sum will be a by 1 minus r if sum exists. If the modulus of r, that value is less than 1. So here sum exists and sum is basically 8. So that means if you think about the first term, if we consider the first term equals to 8 and common ratio equals to r, then the sum of the infinite series a by 1 minus r, it will be 8 according to the question paper. It is called second term. So this will be the second term, AR. So AR equals to 2. This is equation number 2. We need to calculate the first term, that means A. So just put the value of A from the equation 2 in equation 1. So it will be 2 by r by 1 minus r equals to, just to calculate the value of r. So A by 1 minus 2 by A, this will be 8. So here it is basically a square by A minus 2 equals to 8. So that means a square minus 8a plus 16 equals to 0. So a minus 4a whole square equals to 0. That means value of a is 4. So option B is correct. All other options are false. That is another important question, and the question is basically given from Simpson 1/3 formula. The value of integration 0 to 1 fx dx is, that is one option. In option B, the option is given like that: 1 by 6 f0 plus 4 f half plus f1. And if you see, if you recall, that is more option C and D. If you recall the Simpson 1/3 formula, a to b fx dx, so it will be h by 3, and h is basically step length, and y0 plus 4, y1 plus y3 plus dot 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 to y2 plus y4 plus dot 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 plus yn. This kind of formula is here. You just see what is the step length. Here only 3 points is taken: 0, half, and 1. 0, 1, and half. So the step length here, h equals to step length, it will be half. So the value of h is half, and y0 basically f of 0, and y1 basically f of half, and y2, this is the last term, this is basically f1. So just using this formula, you will see this option is correct, because h by 3, it will be y0 plus 4y1 plus y2. So that means 1 by 6 f0 plus 4 f half plus f1. This is question number 10. There is another question, question number 11. Let y equals to x plus sin x cos x be a given curve, then the equation of tangent at x equals to pi by 2 is option A, y equals to pi, option B, y equals to pi by 2, option C, y equals to 2 pi, and option D, y equals to 3 pi by 2. So just you calculate the value. We just have the given curve is y equals to x plus sin x cos x. So we need to calculate the slope dy dx at x equals to pi by 2. So that means 1 plus and sin x cos x. So it will be, you just think about it is x plus half sin 2x. Oh, that means it will be cos 2x. Okay. So at x equals to pi by 2, so this value, what should be the value? The value is basically 1 minus 1, cos pi basically minus 1, it is basically 0. The slope at x equals to pi by 2 is 0. So equation of the tangent at x equals to pi by 2. So the equation of the tangent, it will be y minus y1 equals to dy dx into x minus x1. So obviously y minus, at x equals to pi by 2, we just put here x equals to pi by 2. So what should be the value of y? So at x equals to pi by 2, the value of y equals to pi by 2. So y minus pi by 2 dy dx at x equals to pi by 2 and x minus pi by 2. That will be the tangent. So that means y minus pi by 2 equals to 0 or y equals to pi by 2. In question paper, it is given 2y equals to pi in that format. So here y equals to pi by 2 is the correct option and all other options are false. Thank you so much.